To film festival or not to film festival? That is the question that is being asked on the final entry into the Mission Impossible series.
Whoa!
Now, while not all big budget films go to these film festivals, such as Cannes, such as Toronto, TIFF, other things like that, not all of them go into them, but sometimes when they do, sometimes when they are curated in the right way, it actually ends up being big for them. You'll see what I mean whenever we go into this topic. So let's bring it up right now. So, The Final Reckoning is weighing a Cannes Festival debut. Ethan Hunt could be hitting the Croisset, though no decision has been made, so they are not talking about it yet. They have not been put on the roster. However, a lot of other movies have been. The Final Reckon, the Final Reckoning is weighing a bow at the Cannes Film Festival, which could see Tom Cruise injecting some serious star power into the event. Paramount has declined because fully pulled the trigger yet. And the movie is coming out on May 21st. So here's the thing about this. This might not even be much of the article, that not much of the part of the article that I'm going to talk about the most. But here's the thing about this: whenever you premiere your movie, that means a lot of the times, unless it's well received, that actual premiere in mainstream theaters can go one of two ways. If it does good at one of these giant film festivals, it will have buzz, hype, all kinds of stuff, and might actually make your opening weekend, as well as legs further down the road, just explode. However, if it's panned there, it could stop you dead in the water. That's what I mean by all of this. Now, Paramount does have a rich history with the festival, and so does Tom Cruise. 'Cause the last time he went there, he went for Top Gun Maverick. And guess what that did? Almost $1.5 billion and 6 Oscar nominations. Also, as long as they didn't screw it up, which is a good thing that Tom Cruise is in it, because at least you know what you're getting, and he's not going to hoodwink the audience with what you get. But that was the last time he did it. They didn't do it for Dead Reckoning Part 1 or whatever they called it. They didn't do it for that. And let's be honest, they gave away like one of the most exciting stunts in the trailer. So people weren't really interested. It also went on way too long, and the title was absolutely horrible. But they are thinking about it. Now, this hasn't been confirmed because I noticed when they said that they're weighing this option, it wasn't quoted or annotated. It just said Paramount wasn't doing it. So I actually think that because they are making their rounds in Hollywood, trying to ask people, okay, you have movies coming up. Would you like to premiere it here? And then nobody's talking about it. It's like, okay, so they're still pondering it because they haven't said no. That means yes, it's still on the table. It's a weird way to think about things, especially when you're in business relationships and stuff like that. But that's how they're doing things. Now, some other American filmmakers are strongly tipped to bring their latest picks to it. So we've got Spike Lee's movie coming out. Wes Anderson is going there. He's more of like a film festival type of person. I don't think a lot of his stuff, he's really indie. A lot of his stuff doesn't really do well in the box office, but it has its niche, and film festivals are definitely for people with that niche. Now, going back to what I did say earlier about if you do it there and you want like a worldwide production box office, like you're looking to make millions, hundreds of millions, billions if you can. The selection of Cannes has been curated by the same guy for a long time, Thierry Fremont, and it's been thriving with back-to-back milestone additions because the latest ones have seen Honora winning a lot, Amelia Perez, and The Substance, which has been winning a lot. And it's worldwide notoriety. These things have been in the news for the last like 3 freaking months straight. And this was last year's Cannes Film Festival. So, hey, like I said, there are some good things. There might also be some pitfalls. Top Gun got the boost from its festival debut because it was well received. Now, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, or Dysentery, or Diarrhea, or whatever you want to call it, also did that last year. But because everyone hated it at Cannes Film Festival, you know what it did? it started the ball rolling for people to talk about how absolutely god awful it was. And so nobody went to see it, because when it did actually premiere, people had already heard the buzz. And if there was no buzz, the only buzz was that it was absolute dog shit. So you want good buzz, but there can also be bad buzz that comes from it. And that's something you have to weigh in your mind, especially because Dead Reckoning Part 1 was a little bit middle of the road. It obviously didn't make money. It did okay, but it was at a loss. And that's what we have to bring to you today, is that they're still talking about, like, would you do you go to any of these things? Have you ever been to a film festival in your life and just sampled all the stuff that is being produced throughout that year? I've been to one, and I have to say, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I saw things that I never would have expected myself to even sit down and watch. And most of it I didn't like, but I could at least appreciate what was going on. But then there are also some sleeper hits out there that I was just like, holy crap, that's going to blow up. And it never did. And then, that's how you get that word of mouth behind you. And it's like, y'all need to pay more attention to this stuff. You want me to recommend you a really good movie? I saw this at film festival. It never came up in the big, it was never widely released. Nobody ever talks about it. You barely even find it on streaming. Let me show you this film. And then the word of mouth spreads out from there. That's the great thing about these festivals. I think they should make up their own mind, because I honestly don't know what to do with a big production like that, like the final ever Mission Impossible film, if they stay true to their word. If you guys have anything to say about this, have you ever been to a film festival of any type? Doesn't even have to be like the black tie events, like the big ones. Leave it down in the comment section below. We'll see you later on this evening. Or actually, when this video drops, I'll probably be live on air. Y'all have a good one. Multi, GCA, all that kind of good stuff. We thank you for everything that y'all do. Hope to see more of you soon. Bye.